All right, welcome to the Ask Mama podcast where I let the internet ask my mama questions. I'm Melody Angel.
I'm Mama Stephanie.
And I'm Lamar.
And we're back. It's been a minute.
Yes, it has.
We're going through. All I can say is we're trying to figure this thing out.
Yes.
We threw this podcast out here. We're testing the waters. We're testing stuff and just trying to have fun, really, having good conversations with my mama and Lamar. So we're going to continue to do that. If there are topics you would like to hear us discuss, put it in the comment section, or you can ask us by DMing Ask Mama Podcast at TikTok or Instagram. So you can help us build on some ideas. That would be cool. But we have a great topic for this episode. We're going to be talking about politics and relationships and whether or not they mix. Or are they breaking up a lot of relationships, romantic and families, friends?
Friends, yeah.
Like it's getting crazy out here. So that's what we're going to get into in this episode. I'm going to start off by asking Mama, what do you think is the best time in a romantic relationship to bring up politics? Like, should you even bring it up while you're dating? Is it an important part of getting to know somebody?
Absolutely, yes. I think I would probably bring it up first or second date because it's extremely important. I mean, it's like on the level of religion, I believe.
And why is that?
Because if, old as I am, if I'm on a date with somebody and they say they either don't vote, check please,
Yeah.
or if they're voting for a psychopath, check please, I'm out. I can't, that's being, to me, unequally yoked. You have to have some commonality with the way you think life should flow, the ebbs and flows of life, and what you think about humanity. And I mean, that's very important. So, yeah, I would immediately.
Lamar?
I think it's very important as well. I think it's something that, in this day and time, you meet people on the internet. And so you have a period where you're messaging them. I feel before I even go out with you, I'm going to ask you what your views on politics are. And if, like you said, they are aligned with my thought process on politics. I think some people with politics are really extreme to the point where if you don't vote in the interest that they feel you should, they'll cut you off and not talk to you, disassociate.
Right.
And I think that's a little bit too much. I think people should give people space to, have whatever ideology they want. But yeah, I think that it's very important very early on to see, because that gives you a direct window into a person's thought process.
And does it, I guess to get deeper than that, on the basic scale, yes, I see what you're saying. But does it, should it mean so much? Does it mean so much more now because of the hate involved with politics? Because I think that's where the line is right now. Because before, I feel like, if you were Republican or Democrat, it was like, okay, that's a little, whatever.
Right.
I never thought about it to that extreme that I think about it now, because now it could very well mean that you're racist.
Right.
Like, who you're going to vote for or not vote for could mean that you're racist or sexist or both.
Right.
And
That's right.
so I think that's like the real reason it's become like a vital question.
It is.
Because it didn't used to be a vital question to me.
Exactly.
I agree
Me
with
either.
that.
Yeah.
And it
because-
wasn't like a make or break situation.
I
Like,
agree
if
with
somebody utters the word Trump, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like you talking about check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
check please.
Maitre D.
Yeah.
What you want to do? You want to split it? I got to get out of here.
We ain't even got to split.
My
it.
Uber's
It's
on the
paid.
way.
All
My
right.
Uber is here.
Here.
It's here.
It's
Just sit
already
it down.
paid.
Because politics has turned into
Ooh, it's
extremes, like you're saying, but the extreme is hate.
Yeah.
It's hate.
Yeah.
And so that's like the real deep reason why you have to know where people stand in that area, because like you're saying, it tells you a lot about a person, like more so than any other real first date question
Yes.
could. I mean,
Right.
along with, I would equal it to religion, but even that isn't as extreme, because it doesn't, like if I've dated somebody that was Muslim, I'm Christian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
And there are a lot of similarities.
that's not
Right.
scary.
Right.
You know, but something else, like, okay, if they're an atheist and you're a Christian, yeah,
No.
that's not going to work, but
Right.
still, it's not scary.
Right.
I'm not like, oh my God, you're an atheist. It's not-
Right.
that's not scary. But if you say, if you got a Make America Great Again hat,
Right.
sir.
And so then what
Ma'am.
does that say?
Get
Right.
But
Right.
what
No.
about the black people
That's
that
what I
had
was
a
gonna
hat
say.
on?
I'm talking about it. I'm not talking about color. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is politics. So we've got every race on both sides right now.
Right.
People who are people of color that are on the Trump side are completely delusional.
Right. And ignorant.
Yeah,
Right?
delusional.
They're completely delusional. They think that the hate these people have, oh, that's not hate for me.
Oh, God.
That's hate for the bad black people.
Oh.
I'm a good black.
Oh.
You know, that's their mentality. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that's a whole nother can of worms, right?
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, if we go there with it, what are we going to do about unity within the black community and politics when we have a subdivision that literally are fighting to go back in time to put chains on?
But I don't think they're aware.
Right.
I think
That's
they
what
have
I'm saying.
to be
They're
educated.
completely delusional.
And ignorant.
They really are.
Ignorance
But
personified.
they can't be. This is the thing. This is what I don't think. I don't think you can convince them. Like,
No.
I've been watching these fools on TikTok
I've been watching
for
them too.
years now.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Since 2016. Right, since Trump first got in. And I literally see them with the same
Vitriol and energy.
Yeah, I mean, it just grows and grows. They got veins in their head and neck, and they're so angry, and they think they're so right. You cannot change their mind. So now we're dealing with that kind of negativity surrounding our positivity. And I wonder how that's going to affect, politics as a whole, because it just seems like a dangerous place to be involved in.
It is dangerous, but we have to get out of it. We have to get out of this division.
Right, but it's easier said. This is my thing. Right now, currently, there are just lines being drawn in the sand. There is no real strategy going on right now to break down the black people that have an oppressive mind and the black people who don't.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the past, we did have a strategy. We did have a coming together. This is what I'm going to say, and maybe you might not agree with me. I think that who's really dropped the ball are the ones who know better, are the leaders who have platforms right now. I think one of the only ones that has a real platform that is doing the real work of trying to educate those who may not know what's really going on is Roland Martin.
Yeah.
Like, he's an example of a person, the black person
In
Yeah.
media,
that is
too.
in media
Yes.
that is using their platform not to speak to the ones that are already on his side,
Right.
not to speak to the ones that already get what's going on, but to the people that don't,
Right.
that
Yes.
never heard that before, that didn't understand that when it was being said at that meeting or on in that speech. This man is breaking it down
Yep.
and giving the real knowledge to the people.
Yeah.
But he's just one.
Right.
And instead of all of us that have platforms doing that real work, we
That's-
don't have it. And
Right.
we
What it
used to
takes.
have it. That was the difference. I know I keep going back to the 60s
Well,
and stuff.
yeah,
but
but go
but
back.
that was the difference because we didn't just have Martin Luther King.
It's the
We had
blueprint.
Stokely Carmichael.
Yes.
Oh,
we
yes,
had
we
Malcolm
did.
X. We had Baldwin.
Fannie
we had
Lou.
Yep.
Fannie Lou Hamer.
Oh.
We had Angela Davis. We had everybody. It was just countless people in our community
Fighting for the
from
same.
state to state.
Yes.
Huey Newton in California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Nikki Giovanni was out there
Yeah.
with Baldwin.
They were educated.
They were
were
educating.
educating.
They were pushing this education to the people because the ignorance that has grown in our community
It's
is
unreal.
because we don't have enough real leaders.
Yeah.
Right. But the information is there. You can go. You can find the information
is
for
there.
those people who want to. And I've said this before to other people. And you all might not agree with me on this one, but I feel like every other race of people understands that sometimes you're going to have to separate. And I think that's what black people need to start doing. You come together with people that are like-minded, that understand the agenda, and you leave the ones that don't behind. Because we don't have time. We really don't. And once we do that and we start having upward mobility, then those people who may be paying attention may see it and jump on board. But I don't think we can I think we're too far gone as a whole to completely unify 100%. I don't think it's
Well,
possible.
maybe not 100, but you can. Some people are open to being taught.
Absolutely.
You know,
so you teach those
like-
who are open.
But what I will say, what you just said already happened. That's what happened, and that's what I'm saying.
That's why we
so
initiate.
that's why we're here now, because see, that's what happened in the '80s. Yeah, in the '80s, that's when what you just said. We're gonna take the elite black people and y'all do y'all thing and get educated and get up to that middle class and that upper middle class and leave everybody else behind in the ghetto. That happened between the 80s and now.
Yeah.
And that's why we're in this mess.
Yeah.
Because in the 60s and 70s, they said, we're not leaving nobody behind.
Right.
Everybody needs to come with us. And it was we had the most black small businesses. We had cleaner streets. We had less gang and drug activity. Like all of that changed in the 80s when everybody said, every man for himself.
Right.
We going over here and I don't really care what y'all. So we've done that. What I'm saying is we've done it. It did not work. If anything, it made everything worse. And so now we have to take a step back and understand that we were closer in the 60s, and you have to look at why we were closer and why we were closer to making it happen, to really changing hearts and minds in our community and uniting us, was because we were honest about our situation. And we had a plan of attack to change our situation.
And we were all still in the community. See, we all doctors
Involved.
was here, lawyers,
Right.
bankers, everybody was still in the community. But that was strategically busted up.
By the loss of segregation.
Right.
So
That was
segregation was a part of that as well, and it backfired. But it only backfired because black people stopped giving their money to other black people.
Right.
We became consumers, but instead of going to the corner store that Leroy owns, we went to Kmart or Walmart or Target. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what happened. Instead of going to the local movie theater that, Sister Ann owns, we started going to AMC.
Right.
And that's what took us out. So history is there for us to really look at and analyze and understand that, okay, this happened. Let's do better. We got to go back to this point because look how much closer we were to the finish line. We were right there. But you know what happened? This will bring it back around. You know what happened? They killed our leaders.
Right.
Right.
One
Or jailed
by
them.
one,
Right.
they put them in jail or they killed them.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that scared the rest that were there off.
Every
man
They
for
went to
himself.
other countries and changed their names and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we have to look at that and understand, okay, that is a part of the reason I think the leaders of today don't do the real work because they're scared of ending up like them. And that cowardice is going to keep us in the darkness.
But we've got to teach one another. Like, I believe that men who are in the know have to go and teach other men. And every group do the same.
Yeah.
Because I think with some of these guys that are in this GOP, Make America Great thing, a woman, I don't even think you could even reach them.
No.
They
Well,
have
definitely
to be.
not.
No.
Because sexism will
Yeah.
come into play for most of that.
So-
That's always been, I think,
Right.
the case is, a man needs to talk to a man. That's fine.
You
A
gotta
woman
do
talks to
that.
a woman. I'm more comfortable talking to a woman about certain things, and so is a man. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're beyond that. We're not. Here's the thing. So somebody that's from a lower class that lives in the ghetto. I grew up in the middle class. If I'm coming to talk to this person that's had that different life than me, they immediately think I'm better than them.
Right.
So, and
That's
this
correct.
is me talking. So
Yeah.
I'm saying I have literally dedicated majority of my life, as you know,
Right.
to communicating with my people no matter where you come from, no matter
That's
what
right.
your education level. I see you
That's
as a
right.
beautiful black person that I want to make sure does exactly what they want to do in life. And I'm here to help you any way I can. But if you immediately look at me and say, oh, she thinks she that, she thinks she this and this, that. So it's such a negative. We got to break that down.
That's right.
You have to be willing to receive help.
break
This is what I want to tell black people.
Right.
Of whatever education level and whatever economic level,
Speak the truth.
you have to be open to receive help, to receive
Knowledge.
Right.
from somebody else who is
Exactly.
literally just trying to help you.
Exactly.
Not trying to make you feel stupid
Right.
or less than,
Right.
but literally with my whole heart,
Right.
I'm standing here trying to help you and you think I'm coming for you.
Which is a projection, right?
Exactly.
So-
how do we break that down?
Exactly. And so I think that's where I was coming. I'm sorry, not to.
No,
interrupt.
go ahead.
Yeah.
But I think that's where I was coming from with saying, you have to take, and so what I meant by that is not necessarily a class thing, but more of a mentality thing. If you're open and willing to learn, because there's a lot of stuff I don't know, but I'm open to learning. And so I guess if you have, in my mind, if you have people, no matter where you're from, no matter what your socioeconomic background is, if you have people that are willing and open to learning and to being on one accord and to growing, then I think that that's the direction we should go. And I think once people see, oh, okay, well, wait a minute, this is where people like me are going, the majority, then they'll start, well, let me see what this is about. Because I don't think that, I mean, of course, like you said, you can't take everybody. But
Right.
I
I hear what you're
You see
saying.
what- you see what I mean?
do. And so that's why I'm saying, but we don't have
'Cause we
an
gotta
issue.
start it.
But we
You
don't
have
have an
to.
issue with people like that. People that want to learn and are looking for that information, they're already
They're
open.
open.
Right.
I'm saying
But-
we have to figure out the thing that we're missing is the people who don't know what they don't know.
Right.
They don't know. So just think about it. When somebody says they don't know what they don't know, what they're saying is they don't even know what questions to ask or that they
Right.
should be asking questions.
Right.
So we can't fault them for that.
No,
They're sitting
absolutely.
there
You cannot.
thinking that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, getting a basic job, getting their GED or just going to high school and seeing what's out there, or maybe going to college or maybe going to nursing school and just doing whatever and blah, 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 working for somebody else their whole life with, and their passions go, out the window somewhere, and they don't realize, oh, wait, you don't actually have to do that. You don't have to follow that course.
Right.
You do not have to be a nurse.
Right.
You ain't got to work at McDonald's.
Right.
You can open a business. You can do this. You can do that. Those options never cross some people's minds. And what I'm saying is, if they don't know that these options are out there, it is up to us who do know to let them know.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because that's the part of our community that needs us the most.
I think you need to go in on their level, like when Fannie Lou, when went down south. You know what I'm talking about.
Stokely, he
when
went down.
Stokely went down, he became he looked like them.
Well,
he
he
didn't
was-
wear a suit. He put on overalls and
He was hiding from what Stokely Carmichael did, which his I'm saying Stokely, so when you look him up, you can find him. But he changed his name to Kwame. But he went down there in the overalls, not just to mix in with the people down there, but literally went down there to hide from the white people, because
Right.
if he came down there in a suit, they would know he was from up north. So he had to hide who he was in general just to get in. So because I had somebody recently say, oh, so he was trying to fake, like if you went to the ghetto and tried to fake like you was down like that and blah, 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 they would come for you. It's not that. He was not going down there to pretend like he was country and didn't know nothing. He literally put the clothes on so he could hide in the
And
barn
blend in.
and wait for them to come so he could tell them how to vote.
right.
You have to use whatever strategy
That's
necessary.
that is necessary
Yeah.
in the moment. You don't have to pretend to be, that's like these rappers out here who pretend like they from these gangs and grew up in the suburbs.
Yeah.
That's right.
That is not what I'm talking about. I'm
Right.
talking about when I go to when I go to a neighborhood, a bad neighborhood or whatever, I coach basketball. So I did a lot of different things in the community on that level. And I never pretended like I was from they block. You know what I'm saying? I said, I respect what y'all have to go through every day.
Yeah.
Come to people real. And that's coming to them where they are. Be honest right off the bat.
They can feel
And they know.
Yeah.
They will know your heart. They will know you are there
That's
for the
it.
right reasons. And I feel like a lot of educated people walk into a room
Right. I'm going to
and
teach you.
I know, see, this is how I got all of this. And if y'all want this too, then you need to listen
I'm
to
telling
me.
you.
They
Right.
come at them with this
And that-
arrogance that you can feel when they walk in the door with their Prada bag.
That's
and
right.
anyone would be standoffish or not receptive
so
to
you're
that.
not,
Right.
if you're there
That's
to
it.
show off, and if you're there
It's the
so
wrong
that you can
spirit.
post this on Instagram to get likes
Right.
and followers, then you are not a real leader and you are not there to help the people. And they know you're not, so nobody
feel it.
wins.
That's right.
So, do we feel that there is enough unity amongst people who have that mindset?
No.
Be it educated or not.
No.
And that's what I'm saying.
There it is.
We have
That's the problem.
And that's the problem. Because I think strength in numbers as well.
I
You
think
know what
it's
I mean?
social media, though.
Oh, most definitely.
It's social media. Because, like, this is the thing. It's because
That's unfortunate.
these people are turning themselves into brands.
Right.
Because being an influencer makes a lot of money these days. And being an activist / influencer makes money too. Right? And so because of this, you have bad actors.
Right.
That's what's called a bad actor.
That's
People
terrible.
get into this, just like there's preachers who get into this for the money and the fame.
Yes.
People now get into activism for the money and the fame.
Well,
Because of social media.
I believe what's from the heart reaches the heart. And it cannot be faked. They can feel it.
We need to inspire more real people to step up in their community.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. We need new leadership. We need more good people.
Just good.
that will step up.
That's it.
That's it.
And you have to use wisdom. But I believe it can be done.
Yeah.
And I believe, like, when we're talking about Mississippi and how the voting registration is so low, I just think if they knew better, they would do better. I believe that.
Yeah. I think that, none of us on this panel have given up hope.
Yeah.
No.
I definitely, because if we did, we wouldn't even do this work.
I'm
You know what I'm
hopeful.
saying?
Absolutely.
This podcast is an example of us doing our small part to put positivity out there and also speak life into people and also share the knowledge that we have, accumulated
right.
over our years on earth. You know what I'm saying? So I believe every little bit helps.
It
like
does.
you're saying.
Absolutely.
Do your every little bit helps. And I think if the good people have the right intention, that God will bless it. I just really believe that.
Quickly, I did want to mention we had the DNC here in Chicago, and it was exciting because
Wow.
me and Mama performed at a kickoff party at Navy Pier for the DNC. It was
so much
it was a
fun.
great time. If you want to
blast.
see that, our experience, our behind the scenes stuff, you can find it on my YouTube channel, Melody Angel TV. We did a little vlog of it.
was
But we had a
fantastic.
great time. But the DNC was here. It shut our city down. We couldn't park nowhere. We had to have our ID to get from checkpoint to checkpoint.
But nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt, but it was
Thank
a
you,
total mess.
Mm.
It was rough.
I
was.
bet it was.
But it was
rough.
exciting.
It was exciting. What was the best part of watching the DNC for you?
I think I love Jasmine Crockett, the representative from
Oh, yeah.
Texas. She
I ain't
was
gonna sing the
so
song.
She was, well, she's.
That's my
But
girl.
what she said about Kamala, she made a statement that when she first visited her, she was going through so much. And she said, the moment Kamala saw her, she said, "What's wrong?" And this baby burst into tears. And she said, "I had the most powerful woman in the world wipe my tears." I was like, that is fantastic.
It's phenomenal.
What is from the heart
Reaches the heart.
There it is.
reaches the
There
heart.
it is. There it is. I think overall my favorite part was I thought it would be Michelle. It really was Michelle. I really
Ooh, she
liked
was
Michelle
good. She was
Obama's
awesome.
speech. But I also liked hearing from Kamala's sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like talking about
God.
them.
Yeah,
It really
that was
gave
really
me
good.
it really gave me a good picture of who she is as a
That's
person,
right.
even more so than she did in her own speech. Like when somebody that loves you describes you,
yeah.
that's that's who you are, because that's who you are to them.
That's
Right.
amazing.
And I thought that was beautiful.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite part wasn't necessarily a person, although I think Kamala's speech was amazing. I was like, go Kamala,
Yeah,
girl.
yeah,
She did that.
She was amazing.
But my favorite part of the DNC and watching it was the energy.
Yeah, the
energy
overall
that I
energy.
came
Felt.
through the TV.
It came through.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was joy. It was jovial. It was hope. It was optimism.
It was hopeful.
It was
Yes.
the total sheer opposite of
Yeah.
the RNC, which was just full of hate and vitriol.
Yep.
There's no other way to describe it.
It really is.
Yeah.
We gotta do
and
better.
so it's such a, and that's just not the way. That's not the way the Republican Party used to be. I'm not a
Right.
Republican, but they were never
You
this.
know
Right.
they didn't
They were
behave
not
this way.
these
Exactly
insane people.
They were not.
And I hope they find themselves again.
Me too.
Because then we'll at least have a regular democracy.
I miss the grand old party.
Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, who can believe
Can
it?
you believe?
Where's Bush? Where Bush at?
Come on. What happened to the grand old party?
Oh my God.
I miss
For
what are we
real.
doing?
Oh, I would run up and hug Bush
Me
if I saw
too.
him.
Call me a bush boo.
Oh, Bushy.
I saw what's that fool named Mitt Romney. I was like, man, come on back, man.
I mean,
Why don't you run?
it's please.
We done lost our mind.
Oh, they
my
have.
God. We
Oh,
rooting
my
for the.
God.
Let me tell
Baby,
you.
They have messed
listen.
this up.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. So now, yeah, a lot going on out here in the
yeah.
politics, but we're gonna keep this conversation rolling into a next episode. But now we're gonna end it off with how we always end off, and that's with our recommendations.
Okay.
We're gonna start out with a book, and I'm gonna start us off. Since we've been talking about politics, Kamala Harris, the DNC, the whole thing, I just started reading one of her books. And it's a book called Smart on Crime, A Career Prosecutor's Plan to Make Us Safer. And I'm just learning a lot about, because there's a lot of talk about her as a prosecutor, her time as a prosecutor, and everybody, a lot of people calling her a cop and this, that, and the third. So this is a book as an example for you and I to get a clearer picture on what she did during her days as a prosecutor and how she was thinking about the law while she was prosecuting people.
That's great.
So, I believe in not just saying something about somebody, research it first.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Hear her side, look at the data, and all her cases are, free for you to
Public.
look. They're public
Absolutely.
for you to look up at any time. So if she lied about anything in the book, you would know, and so would any
could look it up.
journalist. She did not lie in the book. Whatever she's saying, that's what happened. The cases are out there for you to see. So it gives you a clear picture on her as a prosecutor. I'm not saying I'm 100% for everything, every choice she made during that time, because I'm not. There's certain things that I did not like that she did. But overall, she just believes in the law as it's written, because she's a lawyer.
Yep.
So you got to take that into account, as
Right.
that's how she's going to act and move. And sometimes the law has a little less humanity in it. And
That's right.
and that's a part of it that I just don't like as a whole, but that has nothing to do with her.
Personally,
yeah,
right.
you know what I'm saying? So just check that book out. I'm checking it out. It seems to be a good read so far. Mama, what's your book?
My book is a book called Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. It is a phenomenal book. She's written others. I can't think of the name of the other one she wrote, but she's a great author. So I would advise you guys, look at that. It shows the difference between like colorism, and it's just a very good book.
All right.
All right.
My book is Self-Care for Black Men, 100 Ways to Heal and Liberate by Jorel Caraballo. And I butchered his name completely.
It's going to be on the screen. Look it up. It's going to be on the screen.
I completely
Sounded
butchered
good.
it. It sounded good, yes. And it just gives you tips and tricks to help a black man through life and how to just navigate.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
That's great.
Yes,
All right.
check it out, you guys.
Let's do the black-owned business. This week, I think I'll say I had a lot of people ask me about, natural hair and how to take care of it. So I just wanted to mention Hootiful Salon. It's here in Bronzeville, but they have other locations. I think they're in Atlanta and some other places as well. But they really know how to take care of natural hair. And eventually, I don't really go there too often anymore because I learned a lot from them on how to take care of my natural hair. So if you're in Bronzeville, they're at 1614 East 53rd Street. Mama, what you got?
My black business is Brown Sugar. It's a bakery, and speaking of the DNC, they have a cake that the owner made called the Kamala cake, and it's caramel. And I really think Kamala Harris went to this bakery.
Wow.
So it's a great place, and we'll have the address on the screen.
That's right.
All right.
Lamar?
My business is C&W Market and Ice Cream Parlor at 1901 Church Street in Evanston, Illinois.
All right.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to something fun. Let's do movies or TV.
Okay.
I'm going to start us off. I went down a rabbit hole on this show here.
Oh, my God.
It's on Netflix.
Oh.
And it's called Making a Murderer.
Bless.
Oh.
Part 1 and 2.
What?
And when I tell you, it's like 20 episodes, and I watched all 20.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't
the
20.
first part is 10, and the other part is 10, and every episode is an hour.
What?
I have literally lost 2 or 3 days on this documentary.
Wow.
Are you kidding
And
me?
it's not even over. It's gonna be a part 3. And I can't. I'm like, how long is it gonna take to be the part 3?
Bless his heart.
I ain't got nothing else to say. Watch it, don't watch. I don't care. But this right here
I'm watching it.
has taken over my life. It's got me Googling these people right now to see what's going on.
What happened to him?
What
this
is
morning?
going on with this case? It is the most.
Bless their heart.
If this is how the justice system works for white people that happen to be poor, black people ain't got a chance in this world. It means that it's a ton of us in jail that don't need to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Because, and that's all I'm going to say.
Right.
Watch
Child.
it, check it out. You let me know what you
Bless
think. But,
you.
oh, my God.
Wow.
Go ahead, Ma.
Well, mine is from Hulu.
Oh, Lord.
Reasonable Doubt.
Okay.
It's, oh my God. It's so much going on in Reasonable Doubt.
Drama.
Wow. Y'all
Okay.
just check it out.
Check it
It's
out.
good.
Wow.
Lamar, what you got?
Mine is Worst Ex Ever on Netflix.
I saw one of them.
I
Oh my God.
was gonna click on that, but then that murder, the one I'm watching happened,
Yeah.
and I can't take it.
I
No,
saw
gotta take a
one.
break.
Can't take it.
But
I
I
saw
am
one
gonna check
episode.
that out.
I watched it all.
Oh my God! It's about
You
one
watched it
relationship.
all?
I watched. Boop, boop, boop,
It's
boop.
several
It's
different
4 or 5 different episodes.
Sure
An
is.
hour
God.
each, and they're talking about the
I watched that
worst
first
exes
one.
ever.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Okay.
so crazy.
Don't tell
Crazy
nobody.
son of a-
These are some good recommendations right now,
Yes.
y'all. Let's do music, Mama. What you got? Let's
Thank
start.
God. Get to something
Jesus.
better than
Well,
no.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's bad.
Well, hopefully.
Okay, go ahead.
Stevie Wonder, Higher Ground, another DNC hit.
Yeah, we did that at the DNC.
Yes.
And then Stevie came and did
Sure
it at the
did.
DNC.
Reach the
Different
higher
nights.
ground.
Different nights.
Oh,
Yes.
it was so nice.
EGOT, Melody Angel. Y'all better recognize.
Oh, you better.
Y'all better recognize.
It was so
Two-time
much
EGOT.
fun.
It was fun. Lamar.
Mine is Victoria Monet. She has burst onto the scene. She's been on the scene.
She been out here.
She been out here hustling.
Blame it on you.
Mama on ya. hood. I look fly. I look good. Hey, hey.
Okay, go ahead. That's my jam.
That's man.
Know it. I don't hear it. I don't never know what they singing about because I'm old school.
Okay.
Old school.
All right, Ma. Don't mess the song. Go ahead now, Lamar.
So her newest song, or it's new to me, is called All Right.
Nice.
Okay.
And it's wonderful.
Nice.
And she's doing all her dance moves, and I'm like, you go, girl.
All right. You know what? I kind of went back in the day on this one. It came on like a couple days ago, and when I tell you I was jamming out in the car, X Factor, Lauryn Hill. Wow. What an amazing song.
Yes.
And when I tried to walk away, you'd hurt yourself to make me stay. This is crazy.
Yes.
I was like, oh, care for me.
Hey.
I mean, hey.
Yes.
Yo.
Now,
Full
you know
blast
that.
on the radio.
Yeah, I was clowning in the car. I was going there.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
But it's a jam. But anyway, those are our recommendations, y'all. We
Great.
will be back next week. We're going to try to get back on this wagon.
You know it.
Look for us. We'll be back next week with another episode. Give us a like. Subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, give us a like or some stars on Spotify if you're listening to this. And, yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Mama, you got an affirmation?
I do have an affirmation. Whatever lies ahead of me, God is already there.
All
right.
That's powerful.
Yes.
And we out.
Peace.
Peace.